G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me WOODLE, and welcome back to 7 Days, where I've come back to build something I've been thinking about ever since I built this. This is the zombie shredder base I built just the other day, with a couple of sledgy turrets up the top, a big zombie catcher, but more importantly, a giant chute of knives and pain, ready to catch the zombies and turn them into some kind of sticky jam. This is what I built just, only a couple days ago for me really, and since then, I've been thinking, what if I took this idea, took the shredder, and made it ginormous? So that's what I want to do. I want to take this big shredder mechanism and turn it into something ridiculously big, because there was something very satisfying about how the zombies were falling into it and getting diced up, but I want to do that with a huge horde. A 64 zombie horde, so it's like a constant stream of zombies going straight in and getting mushied. I want it. I want to see that happen. I want that image in my head, so it's going to be a big build. Better get even building. I reckon this little space over here will do nicely. Just clear out a couple of the cactuses and whatnot and get a little bit of space to move. And then, I mean, look, if I'm going to go big, we're going to have to go real bloody big. I reckon from top of the world to bedrock is... I mean, it's literally as big as you can possibly get, so that's going to be the plan. Better start building then. All the way up we go. Come on, there you go. This is going to take forever, but that's all right. It's going to be well worth it at the end. At least I bloody hope it will be. I finally made it to the tippy top as a sandstorm moves around well below me. That is as tall as I can go. That's ridiculously big. I thought the building was way lower than that, but no, it turns out that is clapped out. Right, good. Okay, so what I want to do is somehow get all the zombies all the way up to here. I was going to build another one of the ramps kind of thing, one of the spiral ramps go around the outside of this tube, but I mean, this is pretty bloody massive. That might just be a ladder job, but I'll try and do the ramps as I can. But yeah, get up to the top and send them into a blender from the very top all the way down to bedrock. It's going to be about 1,000 blade traps and a lot of slicing, but that'll be okay. That'll be good. I'll just go like you, and in fact I probably need to figure out exactly how wide this needs to be. We'll go like that, we'll go like you, and then across from them. The blade traps are all 3x3, keep that in mind. There was a lot of people who said over in the video for the first shredder base that was an idea they were going to try and build into their intellect playthroughs, which sounds great. Absolutely have fun with that. This might be a bit of a bridge too far. This would be way too much materials. On second thoughts, I actually think I need to bring it down a little bit so I have a little bit of room to build up to. I still bring the zombies to max height, but I need somewhere to get them up to there and then down into the chute. And I can't have the chute go max height because there's no room to get zombies over the top. So we're going to go down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I reckon. We'll go to there. That will be the start of the ginormous shredder. This is huge. This is insane. I've already burned through almost, 1,000 blocks of concrete to get to this point, but I've now got these 2 stilts holding up the little ring up the top. And we're going to add a change to this that I probably should have done on the first one, because with this, you have this access ladder, both to get the loot down the bottom and access any zombies that might be there, but you do need to be able to repair all of these blade traps, and I didn't build anything into you to allow that to happen. But we now have the greatest solution for that in the world. These scaffolding ladders over here that you can actually reach through to do repairs on the other side and stay nice and safe away from the zombies. So I'm going to use that on you to be my little repair channel. But I want to make sure I do this in a way that isn't going to give the zombies access to the ladder and circumvent all the other pathing stuff that I want to do. So I'm going to start you actually 2 blocks up off the surface. I'll grab some regular plates out of you to spin you around and clog up that gap so they can't get through, but also make sure you're connected to bedrock like you are. Nice, sick. And then from there, although actually, ooh, it might look kind of cool if I stagger these, like checker these all the way up the top so I can still climb that ladder. That's not a problem at all. I can still get through and go like that. Excuse me, I'll put that in the very wrong place. Make sure you get out of the way, but I can still climb a ladder that has the rungs separated by 1 block every couple of bits, but the zombies, I'm pretty sure can't. That's all nice and climbable. I can still reach there to do the repairs on the inside of the channel. That should be fine. That should be heckin' bloody fine. Let's just double check the zombies can't reach me. with actually the bottom, because symmetricality is always important, with the bottom rung chucked in too. You, Arlene, you're always going to get the call up, love. AI off, AI on. Now you got nothing. Now you got nothing. All right, unlucky owls. Catch you later. Thank you for running that test for me. Always appreciated. This is just reminding me an awful lot of back playing space engineers trying to build space elevators and things. Just massively big builds that seem like a great idea to start with, and then you're like 6 weeks into the project and realizing that maybe that wasn't such a cracker of an idea. But no, I'm committed now. We're going. We're doing it. And even with all the superpowers and unlimited blocks, it's still taking forever. Oh, yeah, I should have just stayed with the small one. Small one was fine. This is ridiculous. The monolith is coming together real bloody nicely. Looking all nice with the sun reflecting off it and stuff. I'm loving it. Looks like someone called Jeff should live here, but I've got like the outer casing done. I just want to check something before I get too carried away to make sure it is going to work the way I want it to. No, I'd like you to go, yeah, that way. Going to lock you on that rotation. Whack in a couple of blade traps, which I love that they can just kind of stick sideways against the wall now. Makes doing all these kind of things way, way easier. I say that as I struggle to get it onto the right block. But if I put in a couple of you, and I'm just going to grab like just a sledgehammer or something you will do and do a little bit of damage to you. I just want to make sure that I can still repair you through those scaffolding ladders. I can't imagine it's been changed too much, but I just want to see. I'll need some steely boys. You, where are you? That one, thank you very much. Right, so onto the ladder. I can reach through, do the repairs from out here. That's why I was so excited about those scaffolding ladders when I first started testing them out and figuring out how they work. But being able to do something like that and reach through and insert things on the other side for something like this is ideal. But what's the point of building all of this if I can't look in and see all my handiwork in action? I want to see the zombies getting pastified. I want to have to sit out here and just wait for the loot bags to drop down to the bottom. So I'm going to grab, in fact, I'll grab a couple of stacks because it's a long way up. Grab a couple of stacks of bulletproof glass and just on this outside here, build myself a cheeky little window. Some way to look in and see how things are going on the inside. See all those zombies getting turned into pulp. There we go. Look at that. A nice giant glass pane all on the outside, ready to case in all of the death traps. That looks good. That looks bloody good. Looks like the skyscraper next to Central Park in New York. That's fantastic. Right, okay, so I was going to fill that with all the blade traps and then start working on the ramp on the outside. I wanted to build like the pathing all the way down to the bedrock because the zombies spawned on the surface for Horde Night, so that's not really a massive problem for me, and I doubt there's going to be too many survivors trying to find their way out of 8 roughly 1,000 blade traps, but that should be good. Right, so blade traps in, ramp going up, and we're looking pretty. I mean, you're looking pretty. Look at you. Happy to see me here. The blade traps are in. That's all looking good. I didn't try and like rotate them on different orientations and stuff to get like counter slicing going on, like it's a dual bladed chopper and really mince up the zombies. This is fine. This... I think we're going to be okay for how many blades are going to come into contact with every part of every zombie. Right, good. So you're all sorted. There's one waiting right at the bottom down here, but I'm going to leave that blank for now. Because now that that bit's done, I'm going to do the below ground area first and do the pathing last. It's going to take way too long to build this kind of stuff to go up and around the outside on a ramp system. Oh, the pyramid stair. The pyramid stair power is what I'm after, but we're going with the rampy to match up with that one. All right, let's go underground. The real nice thing though with going underground is you can start using this block replacement tool as if it was a fill tool. Like having to place all those blocks by hand is the most tedious part, but when you're underground, you can treat it as if you were in the world editor mode and just put blocks in, which is really bloody nice. So for example, I'm gonna turn everything underneath you like that into concrete cubes. I'm going to mark you with the Z key, start there, and actually have to dig a bit of a channel all the way down to bedrock right down below me, and then just turn all of the sandstone next to me into concrete and go from there. That's the very bloody bottom. Down to you. Got myself my nice cube. You have 30 minutes to move your cube. Gonna turn it all into concrete. Yep, that's all fine. Boop. Nice, Gary. Need the sand at the top as well. You can be concrete too. Nice, look at that. Look at that. Just got this whole giant chunk of concrete. Perfect. Bloody perfect. Thank you. Just make a quick little divot here. Boop. Just like that. And then another one all the way down at the bottom. Just to there. Gonna mark you again. And then mark you again. This is why the block remover tool is so bloody good. Copy the glass blocks and then replace all of that. So I've got my window there going as well. Thank you. In fact, I might even repair the damage I've done. You. And then also you. And then all I need to do now is replace all the blocks on the inside with air. So from that one up to that one. There you go. That's definitely the inside of the shell of all the concrete. Yes, it is. And replace all of that with nothing. That looks good. That looks good. Boop. Gone. Ready for the blade. See what I mean? That took 4 seconds as opposed to about 4 years. I've left a little gap at the bottom of the ladder all the way down below because this is how I'm going to have to get into here to make sure that I do actually get all the loot bags. Should I get rid of the blade traps? Nah, it's fine. As long as I remember, which in fairness it's me, I may not. As long as I remember to turn off the power before I come down to get the loot, I should hopefully, fingers crossed, be okay. Otherwise, all of my loot will be down here just as well. Okay, so all like the main... Ooh, I thought there was something out of place. Oh, there is something out of place up here. What are you doing? Absolutely not. You're ruining the aesthetics. There's no point building anything unless the aesthetics all match up. Aesthetics definitely matter. But now I've got all like the proper like main building done. I can start working on the ramp and then the power. I need to run all the power to all of these, get them all spinning. That'll have to wait though. Got to go back and build ourselves a ramp all the way spiraling to the top. Oh, it's going to be a big job. I started building my ramp up and I've built it back just that little bit so I have enough room to build a much bigger pyramid ramp. You know how much I love the pyramid stairs, so I'm trying to get this to work for me. The last time I tried this little tiny itty bitty one, like it's climbing up a water spout with 8 legs, that barely worked at all. In fact, it didn't. I had to put in these like regular ramps to stop them beating on these middle blocks over here. So hopefully this one will give them a lot more room to maneuver to get up and start actually climbing the ramp properly. At least that is the dream. Chuck in the first little blocks onto you and then up we'll start going. What I wouldn't give for a copy and paste option is that they build like one circle round, highlight it all with the Z key, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, all the way up to the tippy top. In fact, I do all of the middle channel as well. That'll save me so much time. Control C, give me Control C. There's something a bit iffy going on with how the game's calculating the structural stability here. Like this is all, I mean, it's all connected to that. Like, that's the thing that's holding it up over there. But for some reason, it's yellow on one side and completely fine on the other. Is that like a glitch? Are you... No, you're not okay. Right. Alright. That isn't exactly what I wanted there at all. How... So what was the inside of that okay? I don't really know. I might have to build some more supports. I've got that, but what? Yeah, the outside should have been the stronger part. Why was the inside okay? I'm very confused by that. Wasn't touching this. I don't know. I've got it back to the point where it's starting to yell at me again. It's getting very loud and very upsetty spaghetti, but I'm going to, well, not ignore it, I suppose, but try and just circumvent whatever weird is happening with that. I don't know. I don't know why that block in particular is having such a bloody pair with it. You, copy rotation, gonna whack you like that. Perfect. And then get myself some poles like you. And stick you coming out of the ground like that all the way up so you're nice and connected up the tippy top up here as well. That should be good. Keeps all of the supports out of the way of the rest of the zombies. But more importantly, there you go. Will allow me to complete the build. Alright, first hook done. About 1,000 more to go. It's done the same thing to me again. Oh, well, I now know the trick for it. I can, ooh, maybe not get around it. Interesting, because there is definitely a whole lot more weight on you. You're definitely angrier than the last one was. In that case, can I still do what I need to do? Go like, yeah, that one, and then that one. Oh, no. I need to put you there. What if I get rid of some weight? Oh! What? What? How does getting rid of weight cause a collapse? That wasn't even structural. That wasn't even holding on to anything. I've just taken the top block off the Jenga tower and you've gone, fuck you, and fallen over. Oh, look, I'm bad enough at Jenga as it is. You don't need to give me bullshit reasons to topple. I definitely like the function of this a whole lot better, but I don't like the look. Those are big, stonking, great, thick boy pipes around this, and they're completely foreign to me, but I can definitely notice them, which means I want to try and go something much thinner that is going to take up considerable less real estate, but also kind of to get lost in the overall design. So I want to go the 0.0125 meter pillars, which look nice and slender, to the point where I don't actually know. Oh, there you are. You're on the left. You're on the absolute left of that little cube over there. You can barely even see it. Look at that. That is all it is. All right, nice. That's definitely going to be nicely. Get rid of you. Although how the dick is supposed to figure out what corner you're on, I do not know. Might go like this actually and see if I can see any sort of. There you go, outline. You get lost in the bloody white ghosty corner. That's how narrow you are. Up to there, I think is the right spots. Well, actually, I want to go. Yeah, there we go. Looks like you're attached on that end. You're attached on that end. That measly twig, that hair, has the same structural capacity as the rest of the big boy blocks. Perfect. Lovely, thank you. Do you want to know what the worst thing in the world is? I've been sitting here building this ramp for so long. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start making some good progress. We're getting up here, we're getting some altitude. That's all fine, shouldn't be too much longer. It's gonna be a lot bloody longer, I think. I think I might have to pull the pin and just be like, look, as cool as it would look to have that corkscrew going, I'm not even a fifth. I'm not even like a fifth of the way up. Oh, that's gonna take way too long. All right, I'm gonna have to abandon this and go back to building just a ladder, I think, because I want to get this done sometime before Christmas. There are other things I would like to do in my life before I get put up in a nursing home. Apparently, they're really scary and full of zombies. So if you could all just pretty please pretend like I built this whole thing and it was all really cool. Oh, look how cool it is. Look how great it is. All nice and spirally and wonderful. If you could all just like buy into that illusion for a bit, I would super appreciate it. Get rid of the supports. They're all come tumbling down, that's all fine. You need to go as well, and all of you just turn it into a whole bunch of rubble, and we'll all just pretend none of this ever happened. Rubble gone, rubble gone, nice, all you gone, that gone, and you guys as well. There we go, there we go. We're back to, oh my goodness gracious gosh, you are not collapsing. Are you being held up by, I think, the ladder? Oh, that was almost a disaster. That was almost an unmitigated disaster, and I would have just gone to bed right now and cried myself to sleep and never pressed record ever again. Holy shit. Pay attention, Josh. You may be a little bit frizzled on the side, but that's no excuse. That was bang average. The whole tower is 5 blocks wide, so to make it nice and symmetrical, because symmetricality is important, I'm going to go 3 wide on the ladders. And actually go, I'm using scaffolding ladders again because they're my new favorite, and actually go and do the same on both sides. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from them. I did definitely just kind of eyeball and guesstimate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? No, it was 5 block gaps. So you're the one that I actually want. You can go away. How's that look? Look right? It looks about right to me. All right, let's get the ladders built up and up to the very tippy top. It's going to take about a quarter of the time to do, less than a quarter actually, a tenth of the time to do, and have exactly the same effect, just losing a bit of the cool factor, which admittedly is rather sad. And look at that, in about the blink of an eye, comparatively, I have 6 rows of ladders all the way to the top, 3 on each side, which is all nice and good, which means all I need to do now is just figure out how I'm going to kind of congregate the zombies in one place and put them down into the swirly burly beast over here. I want to go actually with you a little bit higher. So that's my max height was. I can't go any higher than that. Gotcha. So I reckon then, oh, do I even need, I don't even need to go that high then. I reckon if I just have like a little bit of space up here, a little bit of like a ridge up the top, just so zombies can fall in nice and happily, I can have, oh, I take it back. I reckon I can have some sort of like little funnel up the top out of those narrow blocks with just a singular narrow beam up the top and then a sledgy on either side. Although actually, I might even just run like a simple cheese base at the top for now, just to feed, like force feed zombies into the top of the juicer, like you're running to work and you want that nutritious hit on the way. What do I need? I need narrow. The narrows, yeah, these ones are like the super slim wedges, and they do come in, they don't come in. I thought there was going to be the inverted versions like this, but on the other side, so a convex option rather than concave, but nah. All right, did I get those ones backwards? I don't know. No, convex is that one. I don't know anymore. Whatever. I don't have to use my horrendous ideas of all sorts of shapes aside. I'm just going to have to use the regular wedgie boys then. Just the regular wedges, because they do give me the interior stuff. I had to look it up. It was annoying me. This one here is concave. The inside corner is the concave, the one I don't have for the narrows, whereas that one, the outside corner, is the convex. It was going to annoy me. It was going to annoy me all night. I had to know. The only thing I'm a bit worried about with this is that those ramp blocks, not the ramp blocks, the wedge blocks, the wedge 60s, they used to be slippery into zombies. And then someone at some point, I think, made some sort of horde base that completely exploited that. And now the zombies are hard coded. They can actually walk on this. So I'm not really sure if this is the great option. The narrow ones they can't. I might have to go back and just not have some nice pretty corners. Because if I've got 64 zombies and the sledges can only do so much, at some point there's going to be too many. And they might start doing some weird things up here. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the narrows. Definitely seemed like a better idea. It's giving me big time evil lair skyscraper vibes with this big crown on top basically. But I think I've gone a little bit too tall. Have I? Yeah, I have. So I've left myself no room at the top to actually build anything to make it viable. Just kind of gonna hope the zombies fall in, which they won't. I'm gonna have to move that down a little bit. I think I have to lose like maybe the top 2, I think, out of here. The top 2 out of you and work with that instead. All right, we'll go from here and we'll go all the way up to there. Get the old block tool out again. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And all the way down. Can I get rid of these ones too? I should get rid of the blade traps first. Then the outside blocks, then the inside blocks. Yeah, now we're fine. We're fine. I've got my crown back up the top, and I think, like, I'll just go like something like that then. Like, it's yuck, right? Why don't I have any concave now that I know? Why do I have any narrow concave? I've got the convex. I mean, yeah, it's a pyramid shape, but that's fine. What if I make an inverted pyramid? If only I had those shapes, it'd be so good. It'd be so bloody good, and there's not really anything that's going to do the job for me. I just need that, but steeper. Inside incline. The incline is no one. That's like the regular ramp. And that's the wedge tip stuff. Yeah, nah, no good. Yeah, nah, no good. It shouldn't make too much of a difference though, because I do have enough room up the top now to finish off the rest of the build. My ladders are way too low, need to build them back up again. But if I just get the zombies up onto the top, once they're inside here, I'll build some walls around it. That means they can't escape anyway. And I might even run a little catwalk around the outside so they all kind of come from one direction. I mean, whether Harry Styles is there or not, I don't know, but they all come from one side into there. They all get pushed off rather than having like a T intersection right in the middle. That's just too much real estate being taken up by, I can't remember a One Direction joke. Too much real estate being taken up by other furniture that isn't really helping me. Yeah, so something a little bit like that. So they all kind of get to the top, they go around to one side and then make their way through, well, they won't make their way through, make their way down into an awful lot of bad news for him. I will just grab myself a ramp block and put you on the corners, on face, like that, and one over here as well, just to make sure that these edges are all nice and rounded. And I mean, I've gone through the effort to get the zombies up here. I don't want them falling off the sides and not going down the blender. Have one in the middle here as well. You and you. All right. I think that's pretty much ready to rock and roll. Now I just want to quickly run. Oh, I might have to go up a little bit, actually. I'm going to go up a little bit. Probably to have it up above the dropper. Yeah, I do too. Damn it, I need to build this whole thing exactly the same, just higher. That looks good. That looks wonderful. So now I just want some pretty basic, pretty normal. Oh, actually, I mean, if I'm going to make like a zombie dropper, I could really take advantage of the extra space we got here. You guys, please go away. I'm just going to, I probably should have saved those blocks actually before I got rid of them all. But you, give me the half back, and then that one. Copy rotation. I'm going to go the 3 wide until I get into the middle of all of this. And then from there, I mean, I'm going to turn this into something using the sledgy boys in a little bit, but for now, I just want the satisfaction of watching about 1,000 zombies run off the edge. I'm going to go the upside down wedgie boys all the way across there. They're attached on both sides. That's good. And you can go the same all the way to that bit there. Nice. They're just some more half blocks up the top. That's why I actually needed some extra room up the top above before the build limit. You on the side. That's going to be good. They think they can run across to me. They definitely can't, and they've got a long way down to go. That's all looking good. That's all looking ready. Look at this thing. I've built like the manta ray of zombie death in disguise with its wings outstretched and ready to gobble up everything that comes its way. But now that I've got all of this done, I just need to run some power to all of the blade traps. In the past, I've done like daisy chaining, so wiring from the top one to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and so on. But with that method, if the first blade trap gets broken, it breaks all of the wiring for all the ones underneath it. So I don't want to do that again. And what I'm going to do is go sneaky deaky on the backside out here. How far can one wire reach? If I go like you and I grab the first one, how far does this go before the wire turns red? Down to about there. All right, gotcha. So on the corner there, that's where I'm going to chuck my battery bank, because then on the outside, I can hide it with some sheets and things, so you'd never know it was there. Just you and me and everyone else who watches this video. Oh, that's a bit interesting. The power component has a maximum number of wired connections. I didn't realize that was a thing. That's okay. In that case then, I'll chuck in. No, I can't do it on that side though. Hang on a second, because that is where the window is, and we need to make sure that's nice and clean. So on this side, I'll chuck in a wire relay. It's going to cost me a little bit of power, but not too much. But more importantly, that should act as its own wire connection, so I can wire up to you. And then I can go from that one and continue. Yeah, there you go. Continue heading on down. So there's a limit to how many items a battery bank can power directly. I had no idea. I had no idea about that. I have to figure out how many can power based on the battery juice, but this is going to have to do for now. Whack in a whole host of tier 6 batteries, 300 watts of power. Turn you on. You're all spinning by the looks of things, except for that one. Are you not wired? I missed one. I missed one. Although, it's also not spinning the ones down the bottom, so I've hit my cap, so I can only go so far with this. I'll disconnect that one as well, given I've already hit my limits, and make sure that you are wired up to that one. There you go, you're spinning as well. They're all spinning, they're all looking very bloody menacing. Nice. Okay, that's like 15 of them. I'm just going to replicate that the whole way down through here, but yeah, no, that's good. All right, we're getting started. It's going to cover up all the wiring with some sheets as well, so you'd never bloody know I was ever here. Look at that. Stealth wiring. Perfect. Just going to connect the last couple of blade traps. There we go. And then all of these, they're all connected all the way to the tippy top. Actually, leave you running. Go up and just turn them all on. Boop you. Oh, sorry, computer. This might melt several components in the old PC, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're doing it. Turn you all on. Lovely. Lovely. I wish there was an easier way to do it. Double tap E or something, but no, this is fine. Kind of hold E and switch it on like that, but that's just the same amount of time as doing it that way. Oh my goodness, there's still so much more to go. I think this is the lucky last one. Turn you on. You're all spinning. Oh my goodness, look at that. Everything is spinning. That is ridiculous. That is insanity. Oh my god. There's so many spinning death traps, I can't even load them all in at the same time. I'm going to go down further to actually get them into the game. Right. Alright then. Well, I wanted to build something big, and I feel like I have definitely succeeded in that. I want to give it a go. After all this time, I finally want to send some zombies down the juicer. You can go over here. I'm going to quickly turn off your AIs. Arlene, if you wouldn't mind looking at me, please. Look at me like you're Kath and Kim. You, and then that one. Get your attentions, please. Alright, I want to see how this goes. I want to see how this goes. Hopefully the zombie dropper works. It should do. AI on. Round they come. Straight in. And catch your bloody later. Nothing you can do. Absolutely spattered. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I want to say though, Let's also go, why not? Why not? Let's go a couple of dogs. And actually, let's go a couple of demos. And just, oh, all right, catch you later. Definitely killed you on the way down. Doggos are minced. Demos are minced. Or they're getting minced. They're taking their sweet ass time getting it done. There we go. There we go. It took a little while, but we're finally there. I can't go down that far because I need to be there for it to spawn in. Hey, we're looking. Hey, we're looking. Ah, that's me. Sorry. Demos are dead. Doggos are dead. Just a whole puddle of zombie goo. Now that I know that the buttons won't get pressed by the spinning blades of death, I can go back to what I wanted to do. Although, nah, before I change it, I should actually finish building myself a little, it's just a little bunker over here where I can sit and be nice and happy and not disturbed by the goings on that's, I assume, going to be very, very bloody loud. I don't really need much room. I mean, this is basically going to be an AFK base anyway. I don't really need much, just some way to stop any zombie coppers or anything from seeing me and start causing a bit of a hubbub. You can have all of that all the way around. Chuck in a roof, so no pelicans, and one solid door. What kind of door do I want? Purple iron door? Yeah, all right, go on then. It's barely even lavened up. If you tell me that's purple, then sure, why not? All right, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Gotta set the time to be Horde Night tonight after 22. Yep, there you go. 64 zombies. Here they come, ready or not. I am ready. Look at all that I built for you. Just need some lights. We're ready to rock and roll. I thought for a second they weren't on their way, but no, they definitely are. It's just a little bit slow going up the old ladders. Thank God I went away from doing the roundabout rampy thing because that would have taken way longer to get them. Look at them all. What goes up must come down, and I promise you, the way down is a whole lot worse. Here we go. G'day, everyone. Welcome to the tippy top. Catch you later. Catch you later. I just wanted to see you all fall in. I just wanted to see you all go straight down the guts of it. Up you come. In you go. There's some loot. So I'll grab that at some point all the way down the very bottom of it. That top blade trap's starting to get a little bit hobbly wobbly, a little bit like jelly on a plate. That's why I'll do some repairs to you in a bit. But that's why I didn't want to daisy chain all the blade traps together, so that if there is a blade trap like that that does get a little off its bearings, then it's not going to break and throw off all the rest of the traps. So that's fine. Everyone's still dying very bloody quickly. Actually, if we're going to handle the demos, we're going to handle this. And that was it. That was 64 zombies. As quick as you like, they come up, they go down, and they die in the process. Oh no, sorry, here's the last one. Catch you later. So, I like that the game will spawn the next ones in after the last ones die, which means there's no more zombies at all here. We're just waiting for the next wave to show up, and there they are. So it's just like, it's chunks, which actually, I mean, look, if I wanted to, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. It's not a great idea, but what's the worst that happens? I fall into a giant turbine of death. Give me you. I can walk out here. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Can I even do that? Can I get down and do repairs? My ladder for repairs on the other side. Damn, I should have built my little bunker on that side. Nah, that was an oversight. Shit. I was just thinking I might be able to reach. I built like a little building block on the side here, a little rampy boy, but nah, it's still just a little bit too far away. Oh, I hear some footsteps. Hang on, hang on. Oh, someone's already gone down. Don't mind me. Just going to slink back into my little wannabe coffin over here. Because that's what I was worried about. He's going to show up and vomit at me, but no longer. Round you go, and in you go. Catch you later. Yetis, Arlenes, Bozzes, the lot. They just disappear. Disappear into the shadows. Are you alright there, hot stuff? There you go. Don't know what you guys got so upset about. Turns out he wanted to live for a bit longer, but nah, unlucky. Well, as fun as it is building little zombie dropper things like that right to their deaths, it's not actually what I had in mind for this initially, so we'll get rid of all of you. I'm doing this out of my body, having an out-of-body experience, but we can fix that. So what I want to do is actually chuck in my sledge turrets, because they're my best friends. I want to keep them with me, and try and just make sure they have a nice, easy avenue to boot zombies through whatever wall I think they might need. So I'm going to have like a little central column like you. I'm going to change it over to be the side pole centered, I think would be a good way to do it. Put them up the very top, go all the way along like that, and actually, no, you're fine. No, you're fine like that. Now I'm just going to figure out where the best place to put the sledges are going to be. I reckon maybe I'll get rid of you and get rid of you, because admittedly these parts of the wall aren't actually doing all that much. And if I just chuck in, not with a building block, with a proper concrete block, chuck in something like you, and like you maybe. Ooh, do you reckon it's gonna have enough reach? I reckon that's enough reach. I reckon that will be fine for Sammy boy. He's longer and bigger and more impressive than I'll ever be. Set it up to be a little bit different, where I've got my little robot friends on either side and little windows that I've built for them. This is another one of those times where I really wish, well, I wish I had something like my scaffolding windows that I could chuck across the front here that Sammy could actually bonk through. And, oh, I mean, they're kind of close. Maybe they can. I'll give you the opportunity, Sammy, and I'll let you say nah. I'm going to put you horizontally across there. We had the best luck with that previously, I think. Chuck you all in like you. And the same on this side. I don't actually know. I did try and had some very limited success. We'll give it a go. Probably not a demo, though. Arlene, just stop right there. Gonna give it a whirl. Gonna give it a go. Nope, doesn't want a bar. Doesn't want a bar of it. There you go. The old tag team. Oh, lucky I chose Arlene, then that's her bread and butter. Get rid of all of that. Yeah, if I can have some sort of thing to just stop the zombies from going through this gap, that's the only thing I'm really concerned about. Maybe there is something I can find. Like, I've tried a couple of different options and just nothing really wants to work. Anything in front of Sammy, and Sammy's like, absolutely not. Although maybe, potentially it was actually the block above that was doing him in. Can I whack that? Or maybe actually just like the middle? The side center, we'll go like you, chuck you in front here, see if that works for you a little bit better there, hot stuff. That's still the wrong, I clicked the bloody thing, I promise you I did. You, all the way around to there. That one, how do you like that there, Sammy boy? Give you another Arlene to play with. Oh, you do like that one. It's still a bit of a gap there to potentially get bombed through, but I think that's a better option than what I had before. I'll replicate that on both sides, and hopefully that's okay. I reckon I'm pretty happy with all of that. I'll chuck my body back in its bunker, but before I call in the horde, just some cheeky testing as we do. Couple of Arlenes, come over this way, please. Just see if the Sammys do their job. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. If the Sammys, well, the first Arlene showed up and copped the Sammy from both sides. Well, I bet she's happy about that. But that does mean that occasionally, because I can path across this, I just get across the whole thing willy-nilly. I missed the zombie dropper. I missed the zombie dropper an awful lot. Maybe I can still incorporate it into this though. There we go. I think that's as good as I'm going to get. It is still like mostly a zombie dropper. They can't actually walk across it until they get to the far side, where I've hedged my bets just that little bit. I might even actually, do I still have those doors on me? I do not. Grab myself a cheeky door. Yeah, that one. I'll just move you right up and against the side, so if they do want to come over and say g'day to me, well then they're more than welcome to have a cheeky stand on basically nothing. It's definitely rigging all of this in my favor, but that's the fun and games of still having a goopy and definitely not zombified brain. Cover up all those gaps there. You're pretty good in here as well. Just make this a nice chock boggy little bunker over here for myself, and we'll be right to rock and roll. Just do one more little test just to make sure of things. Couple of Arlenes. G'day everyone, that's a nice big stack of them as well. Yeah, look. Yeah, look. Sammy's got it. If the Sammy doesn't got it, then the slope definitely does. The slopes on the side was probably a little bit redundant, but that's okay. Alright, let's chuck some lighting down and get the horde coming. I want to see how the robots do. Alright, I think we're as good to go as we're ever going to be. I've done the paint job, got everything looking nice and schmicko. Alright, you, that's the wrong one. I want to go all the way through to Horde Night, please, just after you. That'll do nicely. And then just wait about 18 years for all the zombies to show up. If I just take the escalator all the way down. There's finally the ground in the shadows down below. Here they go. You got a bit of a hike ahead of you, boys. I hope you bought your Gatorades. It's definitely looking like the ladder base that I made in Undead Legacy way back when like I just sit on top of the ladders and fire straight down. That with rifles with penetrating rounds. I mean, how could you miss? I mean, you couldn't miss. You're up there with a scope or whatever. You're gonna get like 17 kills in a row because they're all just in the same place. That's when you line up like Skittles, all I can do is eat by the mouthful. Looks like they're almost to the tippy top. Good job, everyone. Suck in those deep ones because you're about to have your lungs removed. Oh, poor Loza. poor Loz got absolutely railed from both sides immediately. I mean, the sledges is having a bit of trouble because they have the 360 view. Half the time looking in the wrong bloody direction. Nice, thank you. Down you go. I always want that those jelly legs for them to get goopified and ragdolled as much as possible. Just makes them falling down a little bit better. I mean, yeah, the zombie drop is fine, but having them gooing is just a better option all around. Oh, come on, Sammy. He was right in front of you. He's the size of a small village. How the hell did you miss the copper? This is the last little cluster. I love the way the fog's rolled in, and now we just have like this island. This island of horde base up the very top in the sky, waiting for, well, what's now going to be the next group to come on up in about, not wearing a watch, in about 20 minutes. Well, I mean, it worked perfectly. I'm not using any new principles. I just wanted to kind of take what I did with the shredder and expand it into something pretty bloody ridiculous. And I feel like we've definitely achieved that. The sledges are a nice touch. I wish they were a little bit more reliable. I'm max level robotics for this. There's still no zombies. I'm max level robotics for this, and there's still, well, there's one. They're still not quite as good as I was hoping they would be. I definitely thought they were going to be much better at rapid firing and punting zombies down into the spinny things very bloody quickly. But they have their limitations, I guess, is kind of fair. Fortunately, we have ways to design around those limitations. So I'll have to leave this episode here. The Mega Shredder has been built up into the sky, and like, I want to go have a look. I want to go have a look at what's going on. Oh, that was sending me through the shredder. That was particularly clever of you, Josh. How are things going all the way down here? We built these windows. G'day, everyone. Built these windows to have a gander and haven't even sent out a goose. Anyone? Anyone at all? There's some loot bags over there, but more importantly, lots of loot bags down there. So all you'd have to do, I mean, once the power's off, obviously, is just climb the ladder on the outside and come in here to get all the loot that's going to be here, but everything's spinning. Everything's spinning and everything's fine. This is a ridiculously big build, but ridiculously good. So anyway, guys, with that, I'm going to have to leave this episode here. It took me about 3 hours to build that, and that was even after deciding not to go through with the spiral ramp, sorry. We've been banned for using staircase and getting adequately and appropriately called out. It's been a long time to build it, but I'm happy with where it ended up. I've got another big build coming up that's actually, I built a mini game inside 7 days. So that should be fun. It's been a while since I did that, but I've made a new game to play inside the game. We'll have to take a break before I build that, I think, because I need a lie down. But that's gonna have to wait for the next episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter, but I'll talk to you there first. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.